This is for everyone else who is also injured, like me, and feels isolated, but just remember, you are not alone. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Runnah, your favorite local running community. I'm Juliana. This week, we don't have a guest. I have many people who I am scheduling in who are absolutely lovely, fabulous, wonderful people who will be on the show with me. But because of scheduling reasons, I was not able to book in a guest this week. But we are going to do a little special pep talk episode. I've done these in the past. We are going to do a pep talk that selfishly is for me. And it's also going to be going out to all the other injured runners that are out there and just kind of telling myself and telling other people who are injured just a few things that hopefully are helpful and hopefully will make you feel less alone and hopefully will make me feel less alone when it comes to just being injured and not being able to run right now. But before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can be part of your favorite local running community every week here on Runnah. Okay, my friends, so I am injured. I'm imagining if you are listening this far into this, you are either injured or you have been injured in the past, or you're worried about being injured in the future. I guess the reality of it is, if you are doing any kind of athletic endeavor, you're probably going to get injured at some point in time. It could be a really big thing, or it could be a minor injury that only takes a couple days to sort itself out. Regardless, being away from running, being away from the sport that you love being a part of is really hard, especially if you have a sense of community around it, you're part of a running club, you run with some of your friends, you have races that you're a part of. It's really hard to not be part of that or just feel like you can't be part of that. So I just have some things that I've been trying to remind myself about. And also some tips and tricks of things that I've been doing to hopefully help anyone else who is going through being injured not feel like it's the end of the world. Because I have definitely felt like it's the end of the world a couple of times these past couple of weeks. Because it's been exactly 3 weeks as of recording this since I ran last, which is not my favorite thing in the entire world. But I've been framing it like I'm working back to running and hopefully not having to take time off again because of this injury, which I have bilateral foot fractures, means doso foot fracturos here from me. I'm trying to frame it as me going to the gym and doing the stair stepper or doing the bike or whatever it is me retaining some cardio fitness. And it's not the same as running, but trying to keep my heart rate up. So that way, when I do get back into running, there is going to be a barrier to entry because I am coming back and there's going to be anxiety about breaking my feet again and things like that. It's going to be challenging. But if I am able to keep up with my PT, my strength, and my cardio, the barrier to entry is going to be lower. So just kind of making the transition back into running, hopefully a little bit smoother by staying up on those things. But things I'd like to remind other people of, and also myself of too. One, you are not the only person in the world, nor the only runner in the world who is injured right now. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. The professionals get injured, the amateurs get injured, everyone in between gets injured. It happens all the time. All the time. I was just watching some YouTube videos of some professional runners who have been injured for even longer than me with even worse injuries than me, and they are coming back. And so just seeing other people come back from things that are more intense or less intense than you, and just knowing that there are other injured runners out there. There are other injured runners out there. There are also other injured people out there who are not runners who have maybe gone through even more traumatic things, who have been able to come back. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the same version as they were when they started, but they're able to get back to whatever they were doing before, which is encouraging and great. And if someone can go through a major accident and have a lot of major traumas and still get back to whatever they were doing before, then me having some foot fractures, I think I can come back from that. I'm trying to remind myself of that. The second thing is to lean into your community. I have the absolute best group of humans around me. Like all of my peeps, they are just stand-up citizens, you know. I love each and every one of them, each and every one of you for being there for me and just being like, we got you, Juliana. Like Ben signing up for the gym so we can go work out together at the gym. Nicole being like, okay, Juliana, let's do some game days instead of some walks. I'm like, okay, that's great. And all my other friends and family being like, okay, just because you can't run doesn't mean we love you any less. And me being like, thank you for reminding me that my value does not lie in my running abilities. Just showing me that, like, reminding me that everyone is a multifaceted human and running is not the only thing that I do. Sometimes it feels like it. And sometimes I feel like I'm only working towards that because my body is like fighting against just existing 50% of the time. I am a multifaceted, multi-interest, multi-delusional human. And so is everyone else. We all have multiple interests, and being able to remember that and also maybe expand the friendships that I have with people beyond running. So maybe you have someone who like you meet up to go running with once a week and you can't run now. Maybe meeting up to do a pottery class. You didn't realize that you were both into pottery, something like that. Or maybe like Ben and I taking on a different type of athleticism, like doing the stair stepper for like an hour and seeing how high we can get our heart rate up on the stair stepper. It's something that I think is worth exploring and that I've really valued over these last couple of weeks. Another thing I would like to say is kind of in the realm of the healthcare system and in just general when it comes to recovering. You know your body best. Listen to what your body is saying. Take what healthcare professionals say with a grain of salt. They are coming from the perspective of their own bodies and their lived experiences. You are coming from the perspective of your own body and your lived experiences. That being said, don't be reckless and don't be stupid. Like, you know when you're being reckless and stupid, right, Juliana? Right. I know when I'm being reckless and stupid. Do I do it sometimes anyway? Yes. Okay. Fine. You know your body best. Healthcare professionals are only telling you what like science and their own intuition has told them. Everyone's body reacts differently to the same things and the same stimulus and the same medications, the same treatments, things like that. It's really important to find some, I would say physical therapists probably, and some other healthcare professionals who are willing to listen to you. And also, if you have other healthcare professionals that you're working with, like say an orthopedic or something like that, listen to what your body is saying first and then take in their information and then like kind of find the middle point where you understand what your body is saying, you understand what they are saying, and you are able to walk away from it feeling like a more complete human. That being said, it does take a long time to get a diagnosis. Sometimes it took like 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks before I even knew that I was working with foot fractures. And at that point, it's kind of like, we're at a moot point at this point, you know. It's kind of too late to know. It's not too late, but it's like we're edging on it's too late to even know that that was a foot fracture anymore, which we come back to one of my gripes with the healthcare system being like, we'll get to you later, like hurry up and wait, where you like have some kind of incident, even if you go to the ER, like wild, you still might get deferred and you might get told to go see another specialist. And you half the time when I get like an MRI or get an appointment or something like that, it's been like 1, 2, 3, 4 months between when the issue started and the appointment. And 90% of the time, the issue has resolved itself by the time I get to the appointment and I figured it out myself, because like you have to wait so long to get any kind of medical intervention. So just know your own body, take information with a grain of salt, ask people you trust, look at sources that are scientifically backed, and use your best judgment. Okay? Last thing, it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be upset. I've spent a lot of time crying the last like 3 weeks, lot of time crying, a lot of like uncontrollable sobbing. Some of this is related to like all the hip issues that I've been dealing with combined with the like foot issues that I now have and my like inability to run and my fear as to what running is going to look like when I get back to it. But it is okay to cry. It is okay to be upset. It is okay to be mad. Do not take this madness or crying or upsetness out on another human. Just let it out into the universe. Just scream into the void. Talk to your therapist if you have one. That's what they are there for. Cry to your therapist. Again, this is what they are there for. If you have a safe space that you can go to as like in a person, a friend, a confidant, a family member, go to that person. Do not like abuse them and do not like constantly be like attention seeking from them if they have told you like, Juliana, like this is too much. But for the most part, most people will listen to you if they are like your close friends and family. So I would say it's okay to cry. It's okay to be upset. And it's a good thing to process your feelings, no matter how upset you might be. And I have been very upset, and I'm glad that I'm processing my feelings and those feelings of loss. And if you feel like mentally unstable because of certain things, please like reach out to someone that you trust. There are also like the suicide helpline if that's something that you would like help with. Because I know I've been in such very dark moments recently. And like, it doesn't behoove anyone to not talk about things like that. So if you are someone who is in a really dark spot right now, which I have been over the last couple of weeks, again, it's not just the foot issues, it's many things leading up to this point. I've had a really bad last 7 months health-wise. Reach out to someone. Let someone know, hey, I'm not okay. Can you come sit with me? Because 99.9% of the time, they'll be like, yes, Juliana, I will come sit with you. Or whoever you are, you know. And also, if you have good friends, like and good family members, like they're gonna come and like be stand-up humans for you. They are gonna be that person who, like with Ben, like signs up for the gym membership just so we can keep working out together and we can both keep working towards our goals to conquer ultra marathons. Someone called me an athlete this week. I was like, maybe. I have to keep telling myself and being delusional. I'm like, yeah, Juliana, you are a multi-sport athlete. Look at you being an athlete. I have like gotten to a good point with like the stair stepper where like I can do like 60 minutes on the stair stepper at like the 11 speed, whatever that is. And like, I'm pretty much good. Like I'm sweating, but like, I'm like able to breathe and talk. And Ben was like, Juliana, you're still talking. I'm like, I am still talking. So that is something to remember. And I guess our last little bit, we'll leave this here anyway. Find some joy in the things that like you can find joy in. Do something you enjoy. Have little sparks of joy throughout the day. Try not to make it like anything that's self-destructive, but like reading a good book or watching a YouTube video or chatting with a friend or doing that hobby you put off for a while. Do something that sparks joy in your heart because that's going to help you get through as well too. Again, this is a pep talk for me, and I hope that someone else also enjoys it as well. But if you are injured, you're recovering, or you have been injured in the past, or you're just worried about something and you just needed a little bit of a pep talk anyway, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that way you can become part of your favorite local running community and be supported by everyone here as well. And I love you all very much. Thank you all for being part of my community. And I will see you guys on the next episode of Runnah. Bye. Say bye, Chewy. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of Runnah. This podcast is edited, hosted, and produced by me, Juliana Coughlin. Brought to you in part by the Falmouth Running Club and the Falmouth Community TV station. If you'd like to connect with us, you can find us on Instagram and on TikTok at RunnahPod. And you can send us an email at runnahpod@gmail.com. And our original theme music was brought to you by the one and the only wonderful Jeffrey Hutton. And keep up the great work. I'm proud of you.